Today, from Seattle, Washington, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions.
It is loud and it is wet as we welcome you inside Lumen Field on your standard rain-filled afternoon in Seattle, Washington. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And if you look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits, that's saying something.
We see Matthew Stafford, the one-time Georgia Bulldog, set to pilot the offense of the Detroit Lions.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. Play fake here on first down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A first carry now. This is Johnson. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The numbers a week ago for Johnson. 11 carries, 96 yards, and a touchdown.
And when I watch them operate, I see a unit that's playing with extreme confidence. Offensive line, tight ends, wide receivers. You see a group that wants their number 8 rusher in the league end up being in the top 5 before it's over.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
The good signal callers will never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they're able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Screen play, Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson.
I know teams always talk about having a 24-hour rule after a game, and eventually we end up rolling our eyes. But it works both ways, right? 24 hours if you win, 24 if you lose. But, boy, it's a fun 24 when you win the game. And you win NFC Offensive Player of the Week, isn't it?
Absolutely. They go play action now. Wilson flushed out right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 92 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. All the talk when Russell Wilson came into the league about his height, those big defensive linemen, can he get the ball over him? But you get him outside the pocket like that, doesn't really matter.
No, it really doesn't, and you're exactly right. Many people dinged him for that and said, how's he going to see over NFL linemen? He never did, right? At whatever level He saw through them and found pockets and windows to throw the football. But as you noted, when he's outside the pocket and his vision is totally clear, oh, look out, because he's going to find someone downfield, as we just saw there.
And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
And the Lions are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we are tied at 7. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
DK Metcalf of the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. Well, September sure treated him kindly. Now we flip over to October. Any reason to think that those numbers drop, or can he keep the pace up?
Well, he can keep the pace up, but it's going to get a lot more difficult now. To me, it's a lot like baseball. All right, when guys, when they first hit the league, whether it's a pitcher or a hitter, and they go through the league the first time and they're hot, they're going, wow, what a phenom. Then they get tape on them, they get scouting reports, they start to do different things. Let's see if he's going to adapt and
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Now Myers for the extra point. he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. Plays 80 yards to score.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Seahawks 14, Lions 7.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it's going to yield a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Stafford. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford, a good throw here, finding Pascal. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
A gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
A good pick up there of 20 yards. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. From the gun, it's Wilson. That is caught. at the 7. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Rolling to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Good. Makes the score Seahawks 17.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
And 2 yards.
3rd and 2, Stafford. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
At their own.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Metcalf once again the target, and now it's 3rd down.
On the coverage.
Play action. It's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett, and almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon.
Dixon to punt for the Seahawks.
And look at this, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt, it doesn't work out, and the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. And that one will go down in the books as just a 1-play drive and then 3 points tacked on to the end of it. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Here's Reed. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where you see the final score there. 24-21. The final score. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And it was the visiting Dolphins who were able to get the victory. 24-13, the final score. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. 13-10, the final score. In our game has been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic, as usual, in that first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Here's Reed returning. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
First and 10.
Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
Yeah, protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man, complete. There he goes, right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead now up to 14.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
We'll see what they have up their sleeve. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
First down.
They'll run it with Johnson. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
A yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over it.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
But it brings up.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again.
And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. Never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
At the 25-yard line.
They go play action with Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. That's caught at the 25. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 75 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score.
Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Again, it's Johnson.
Carry on Johnson, the ball carrier.
The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the 1st down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Gets it quickly to Galladay. The 20, 10, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the 2nd half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Here's Reed. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10. At their own.
DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
First and 10.
Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Operating from the gun, Stafford. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. To throw is Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First down.
To the air again, Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's the jet sweep to Pascal. And he'll take this one down near the 15.
Ball carrier.
And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8. At the Seahawks.
Throwing on second and 8. Stafford. This will be caught at about the 5. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Detroit.
Kenny Galladay with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Lions able to get this back within a touchdown.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that in the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
The Seahawks take over first and 10. At their own 23.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And got his man complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 39 yards there, a big one. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Rolling to his right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. They work again from the 38 on second and 10. Play action. Now Wilson sliding out of the pocket. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
Prater on to add the extra point. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception. navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
The conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
He'll buy some time right. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack. And he's got Lockett.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
Buying time to his left.
He'll get that complete to Parkinson.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. The end result, 21 yards.
4 yards. And that's good for another Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 50.
From the gun again to Penny. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. The tackle made there by Jared Davis. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On the move to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. It's caught at the 10. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. A big play that time for the Seahawks. And even 40 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Flush to his right. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And they will take a 7-point lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
So Stafford and the Lions now down by 7. A minute 16 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. That's into the hands of Pascal. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Lions will use the first of their the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They snap it to Stanford. And Pascal's got it. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. He'll look to throw. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds. They're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime.
Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance, and let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it, go for two.
Well, going for it on the road, want to win it right now.
Well, win it right now, have the momentum, go ahead and get it done.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 25-yard line.
To throw is Wilson. Off play action. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left, and that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play, has him in field goal range with a chance to win. So now this one will rest on the right foot of Jason Myers. Footing obviously an issue in the driving rain. This one for the win. And his kick is good. Despite the rainstorm, a good snap, a good hold, and the kick went through. And they'll be celebrating in Pioneer Square tonight. The Seahawks have won the game. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Seahawks, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Detroit, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Baltimore Ravens come to town.